Mushroom foraging, also known as mushroom hunting or mycology, is the activity of searching for and collecting wild mushrooms in their natural habitat. While foraging for edible mushrooms can be a rewarding and enjoyable hobby, it requires knowledge and caution, as some mushrooms are toxic and can cause serious illness or even be deadly. Here are some guidelines for safely identifying edible mushrooms. Education and training. Before embarking on mushroom foraging, educate yourself about local mushroom species and their characteristics. Attend workshops, join mycology clubs, and learn from experienced foragers or mycologists. Knowledgeable mentors can provide valuable insights and help you gain confidence in identifying mushrooms. Use field guides. Carry reputable field guides specific to your region when foraging. Look for guides that provide clear descriptions, color photographs, and information on the habitat and season in which each mushroom is typically found. Start with easily identifiable species. Beginners should focus on easily identifiable and commonly foraged edible mushrooms. Examples include morel mushrooms, chanterelles, and puffballs. Familiarize yourself thoroughly with these species before moving on to more challenging identification. Learn key identification features. Pay attention to key identification features such as cap shape, color, gill structure, spore color, and the presence of a ring or veil. These characteristics are crucial in distinguishing between edible and toxic mushrooms. Understand lookalikes. Some edible mushrooms have toxic lookalikes. For example, the deadly poisonous Amanita phalloides, deathcap, resembles some edible species. Be particularly cautious when identifying mushrooms that have toxic counterparts. Check the mushroom's life cycle. To accurately identify a mushroom, consider its entire life cycle, including the stage of growth. Young mushrooms may look different from mature ones, and certain features may change as the mushroom develops. Use all senses. While sight is the primary sense for identification, also use your sense of smell. Some mushrooms have distinctive odors that can aid in identification. Avoid tasting mushrooms in the wild, as this can be dangerous. Collect samples for confirmation. If uncertain about the identification of a mushroom, collect a specimen for further examination or seek assistance from an experienced mycologist. Some features, such as spore prints, can be crucial for accurate identification. Avoid old, decaying, or infested mushrooms. Choose mushrooms that are in good condition, avoiding those that are overly mature, decaying, or infested with insects. Edible mushrooms are best when harvested at their peak. Be mindful of conservation. Harvest mushrooms responsibly and sustainably. Avoid over-collecting, and be aware of the ecological impact of your foraging activities. Follow ethical guidelines to ensure the conservation of wild mushroom populations. Remember that even experienced foragers can make mistakes, and there is always a level of risk associated with mushroom foraging. If in doubt about the edibility of a mushroom, it's best to err on the side of caution and not consume it. Always consult local experts, and never solely rely on online resources for identification.